You can't separate and count out the fact that there's been a lack of miracles and a lack of power. You say, well, if we don't have faith, nothing's going to happen. So what's the point? Exactly. What's the point of claiming this faith and you don't have faith? That's on both parts. There were times that Jesus walked around and just healed people, whether they had faith or not. Sometimes it was your faith has made you whole. Sometimes he just did things. And having faith was not a prerequisite to be healed. Think about the demon-possessed man. There were different times that they didn't have to have faith in order to be healed. He just did it. And that would produce faith in people. Imagine somebody hating God. I can't stand God. F God. And they have a broken leg and you go over there and you touch them and you heal them. And then their leg is now whole. I'll probably start believing. And I've said that when pastors come over here and attack me, I said, listen, when you can go and snatch cancer out of somebody's head or out of their prostate, and then the doctor proves it, I might believe you. I will be his armor bearer. I will come to church. Curing diseases and healing people was Jesus's trademark. That's what made him so attractive. That's what it was, the fish, the loaves of bread. You are getting away from that and you don't want to address that you all are not operating like Jesus did in the Bible. You think that, well, we walk in love. Our job is to walk in love, to be kind to people, to be loving, to help people, to pray for people. That's the profile of a good person. My daddy was a good man. He was a gooder man than most of these Christians that are still on this earth. That's a good person. You don't need Jesus to be a good person because, as I said before, there are Christians who are nasty spirited, have horrible attitudes, and there are people that are atheists that don't believe in anything, and they are the sweetest, kindest, give their shirt off their back, give you all the money in their account if they needed to or had to. So just saying we can pray for someone to be healed, but if we don't have faith, why don't you have faith? That's the point of saying, I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. Your faith in him. So why don't you have faith? Jesus even rebuked the disciples at one point because they couldn't perform a specific miracle. He said, because of your lack of faith. You can't get off the hook with that one. You can't get off the hook and just say, as Christians, we're here to be like Christ. Because Christ walked around. Let me tell you something. Christ rebuked the Pharisees. He rebuked the church leaders like I always do. But he was always kind and loving to the lay people. And he just walked around healing them. You can't separate that. And my question is, why? Why would you want to separate the most profound thing that represents Jesus Christ, healing people and curing diseases? Why do you want to separate that? Is it because it's not real? Every time I challenge a churchling or a wolfling, that's a pastor, every time I challenge them about the power, they get quiet. They get off my page and they leave. They try to go back and forth. And as soon as I tell them, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing this? If Jesus fed a bunch of hungry people, why are we not opening up these apps every day and seeing how Christians are just standing over homeless centers and standing over crowds in all these different countries and producing food?